good morning, Queensland, and it is wonderful to follow on from the Premier, who has been announcing some exciting initiatives and investment, and it's great that we can talk about supporting jobs, growing industry, looking after our environment, because we are doing so well in our response to COVID. Our economy is continuing to grow. As the Premier has already reported today, 0 new community cases, which is fantastic again. We have 1 new case overseas acquired and in hotel quarantine. That puts us at 33 active cases currently. We had 6,825 tests yesterday and 21,712 vaccinations. That puts us over 5.2 million doses have been provided already in Queensland, both by Queensland Health as well as our wonderful GPs and community pharmacies. Now, our current figures are reported as 69.98% and 52.25%, but of course the Commonwealth don't report on weekends, so when we get that update today from the Commonwealth, we are absolutely confident we're going to see that 70% figure appearing in those results. So thank you to everyone who came out on the weekend, especially at our schools. We had 18 high schools in some of our low vaccination areas, and we're still getting some figures through, but we are absolutely confident that we did over 4,000 vaccinations in those 18 high schools. So well done to the communities, to the families, to all of our health workers and volunteers who manned those schools on the weekend. It was great to see sausage sizzles happening and fundraising for those schools as well. There is 1 positive case reported by New South Wales that has travelled into Queensland and was required to hotel quarantine and was turned back around. During that time they were tested in Queensland and were found to be positive. So there's no risk to the community here. However, the airport itself is an exposure site around that gate, and of course people who are on that flight back to Melbourne, as I understand. So Dr. Young and the Deputy Commissioner can talk about that. Was that Sydney? Was it? Sydney, sorry, not Melbourne, Sydney. Can talk a bit more about that in a moment. I also want to say how great it is that people are now coming home to Queensland and going into home quarantine as part of our trial. 274 people are already approved to come home this week, and we hope those numbers will grow. We have reached out to many people, around 2,000 people who were seeking to return back to Queensland, to offer them this opportunity. So for people interstate, please be checking your emails, making sure you're responding to these offers. And for other people who haven't been offered one yet, please make sure you're looking at that criteria and seeing whether you are eligible. The best thing you can do, if you are a Queensland wanting to return, is get yourself vaccinated as quickly as possible. And that is the key here. You know, we will keep testing, people will keep coming forward with any symptoms, we will keep socially distancing and wearing our masks, but the key out of all of this is our vaccinations. Time is up, no more waiting. We need you to get vaccinated now. It will take 5 to 6 weeks to get full cover, so we want you getting vaccinated today. Go to our local community pharmacy, our GPs, or one of the many Queensland Health vaccination centres to get your jab today. If you are 12 and older, do not wait. We want to make sure that our community is safe and that we can fully open up our community as quickly as possible, and we can only do that with very high vaccination rates.